People who are coming to me because they have suffered abuse in this kind of relationship, they often say, well, if the narcissist is considered a mental illness or a mental disorder, shouldn't I feel sorry for that person? This is one of the things one question that I get a lot. I always say no, because mental illness, there's a spectrum. It could be as much as, insomnia, and it could be all the way to schizophrenia and beyond. So I think we have to, really consider. And the other thing about this is that what's most important is that the person take care of themselves rather than focusing on whether they should feel sorry for the person who is subjecting them to this kind of behavior. So that's kind of a thought there. So how does someone know? And I guess this is an unnecessary question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How do they know if they are mentally ill? Because you're saying that you don't believe there's really such a thing.
There isn't such a thing because it changes definition in different cultures. And if something changes definition, it doesn't have a definition.
Okay.
If something has a variable alternative definition, then it simply isn't a definition and it doesn't really exist. An arm is an arm, again, and a broken arm is a broken arm, no matter where or who we're with. In the world of mental illness, to call it an illness makes it not a thing. Now, again, let me just make it very clear. I am not in any way diminishing the experience that one has as a function of what often gets called an illness. So this is not to say, just because I'm not classifying it as an illness, that in some ways I'm saying you don't have discomfort or you're not having pain. It's a very, very real experience to have all the pain that one has, and that's not in any way meant to diminish or to minimize that experience in any way. That's not my intention here. The idea is to classify it as illness is when we have our issues, and I think that's why we can say that maybe it's not necessary to feel sorry for that person, because in fact, they do have some sovereignty or agency as to how they might actually interact with you.
Yes.
And I'm giving them that capacity to do that. And therefore being sorry for them, if it was really a puppet on a string, if it was really just a condition that they had acquired as birth, like someone who's born without a limb, or someone who's born with a backwards ear or something, then feeling sorry is an option. And by the way, feeling sorry is always an option. That's your agency. So, should you or not should you feel sorry for this person isn't really an important question either. If you feel sorry for them, then feel sorry for them. And if you don't, then don't. But that becomes agency of your own, whether or not to feel sorry for someone. Feeling sorry for someone is an inside job. What are you sorry about? You're sorry about the pain that they're struggling with. You're sorry about them living a life of so much despair. You're sorry about the fact that they can't create useful and competent relationships. That's something to feel sorry for if you want. As a human to human, the idea that this person causes pain everywhere they go in all their intimate relationships and has no real future remote capacity to actually create a relationship that's worthwhile it's worth considering feeling sorry for that person.